everyone, welcome back. My name is Sarah and I hope you guys are all here for lesson 5. I wanted to send a big thank you to everyone who sent in images for lesson 4, which was on leading lines. I know this one was a little bit more tricky than some of the previous assignments. Sometimes it's hard to find those leading lines. So I'm glad you guys all got out to explore, and it was really neat seeing the different points of view that you guys saw the leading lines at. So today for lesson 5, what we're going to do is actually a little bit of a review. So I'm going to briefly talk about what we've learned so far, and then I'm going to give you guys your assignment, which I think you're going to find is a lot of fun. Okay, so we started off talking about colors and how colors are really great for taking photos of because they attract our attention. So watching for things that are brightly colored or muted colors. Colors are one of the things that our eyes are drawn to, so it's really great when we can add them to our photos. The next thing that we started talking about in lesson 2 was shapes. And what did we do when we were taking photos of shapes? We changed our point of view, which we learned we can apply to anytime we take a photo. So shapes can occur in nature. So if you think of the clouds, sometimes you can see shapes in the clouds, but they can also occur around us in our homes and outside in buildings and things like that. So always watching for those interesting shapes that catch our eye. The next thing we talked about in lesson 3 was on textures. And textures are all about engaging our senses. So if we think about looking at something by taking a photo with texture, we can tell the viewers how something feels. Maybe it's rough, or maybe it's soft, maybe it's also fluffy or scruffy. And then last week we learned about leading lines and how we can use those lines to guide our viewers to what we want them to look at in the photo. So we've learned 4 different things to take photos of, which is a lot of info. And you guys have shown by the photos that you've been submitting that you're having a lot of fun with it. Okay, this week we're going to do something a little bit different. To start off with, what I'd like you to do is go back and think about all the different photos you've been taking over the last 4 weeks. What I want you to do is think back and try and remember if you had any questions that came up, or maybe some problems or challenges that you faced in trying to take certain photos. What I'd like you to do is to submit some questions that you've had or challenges that you faced in taking those photos, so that we can all learn a little bit more about what to do when we've got questions when we're taking photos, as well as if there's any challenges that come up. And what I'm going to do when I get those questions and challenges is next week I'm going to do a little bit of a review of those questions and hopefully answer some of the questions that you guys had. Okay, are you guys ready for today's assignment? Well, guess what? You're going to get to do a scavenger hunt. Does everybody know what a scavenger hunt is? Well, what I've done is I've created a list of things for you to go out and find and take photos of. And it's based on what we've learned so far. So it's a challenge to you guys to have some fun, and it's kind of like a photo game. You can play it with anybody that you like, so maybe someone in your family, like your mom or your dad, or maybe you've got a brother or a sister that you could go out and search for things. And what I want you to do is to see if you can try and find everything that's on the scavenger hunt list and take a photo of it. Now, you can take the entire week to do the scavenger hunt if you like, or if you want to make it even more exciting, you can try doing it in one day. It might be a little tricky, but it might be also a lot of fun. Now, when you're done with the scavenger hunt, you can submit as many photos as you like for the weekly slideshow. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the scavenger hunt photos and put them together like I've been doing for the past assignments. So you get to go and have some fun, be creative, watch to see what catches your eye, and take photos of a list of topics based on things that we've already talked about. So I hope you guys have a lot of fun with it. Scavenger hunts are a great way to practice what we've already learned because you have sort of a set list of things to find, but it's up to you to decide what those things are. So have a great week. Enjoy the scavenger hunt. Here where I am in Winnipeg, it looks like it's gonna warm up a little bit. So I'm gonna try and actually do this scavenger hunt with you, and hopefully I'll get to get outside and find some of the same things that you guys are gonna be looking at. So, as I said, hope you have a great week. And one other thing I was gonna suggest is if there's something that you would like to learn about with regards to photography, if you like, along with submitting questions that you may have, you can also send me maybe a topic or two that you'd like to learn about in a future lesson. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye. Thanks.